Libra, to save some time, I already shuffled the cards and laid them out. I'm using a Celtic 10 card spread that allows me to look at past, present, and future influences for the week. Okay? And as always, I'll be teaching tarot through each card so you not only receive your message, but you grow your own intuitive skill sets and relationship with the cards because we love tarot and that's what this channel is all about, getting its betterment. Okay? And all I can say is, Libra, what happened? We were going all lovey-dovey these last few weeks, and now I'm in a tangled mess. All four of these cards right here laid out in a row are your tightness. You're being scared, you're being unsure, you're being cheesy and cheap, not only with your own emotions, but your emotions to give out to others, and including your pocketbook. It's just a tangled mess. While at the other point of view, like the other side of you, your scales, right? The other scale wants love, happily ever after, a new refresh start in the way that you want to do things. Maybe things aren't moving as fast as you would like them to be, or maybe you're the one that's putting on the brakes in some way. It's really kind of a confusing mess. I'll just be honest with you, Libra. But it's all about you following in your heart and believing in the happily ever after that you want. But it's like you're talking yourself into not. It's like you met somebody on a date and you're already telling yourself that you'd be divorcing them within a certain amount of years. And I think these people, or these people that you're holding close to your heart, mean an awful lot to you, and you don't want to leave away, you don't want to shut down. So there's whatever is tickling, you just want things differently. And then I'm gonna have to say, then make the effort or make the way to make it differently. Because part of the problem, because that's always been the theme of Libra over the last couple of years, either you settle into your situation with the people or person that you love. I think that's a lot of the forefront here, or the people and situations in your life, or you really start to move on from it. And I think that's kind of the threshold you're at again, but you're not leading with the heart. You're not leading with your spirit. You're not leading with freedom either, too, just to do your own thing and be your own person. And maybe allowing other people to be that way. You're just shutting down again and just like putting on the emergency brake of your heart and even your brain. And it's not going to get you anywhere because you're just like stuck. So let's see how to get you to move forward here a little bit, and hopefully in a loving way. All right. And the reason why I'm saying is that first card placement is a significator, the general gist of the overall reading. And the Two of Swords is indecision in the area of our thoughts in tarot. And it's a young energy. It's kind of youthful. It's built up somewhat of a foundation. But that foundation is you. So that's to the ancient tarot. It was all about your identity, doing the things that you want to do. And maybe you feel like you're compromising yourself. Maybe you feel like you're going backwards in some way. And, again, that's that whole balance of like doing things that the way you want, hoping that they turn out, versus the realistic kind of scenario of what's going on in life right now. And that's that Two of Swords again. So all I can say here is you've really just got to trust yourself. I think you're intuitively feeling something in one way, but you're allowing your brain to get in there and kind of block it and confuse it and make it scared and insecure. And you're already coming out of that. I'm just hopping around a little bit, Libra, here, because in the fifth card placement, the Nine of Swords, the completion state in the end of the minor arcana of our thoughts, like we're rounding up to the number 10. And the Nine of Swords in tarot means the nightmare card. And the nightmare is your head. So we're going a little bit of love, and now we've kind of like gotten ourselves all scared and gardy in some ways. And I just need you, because you're carrying that from yesterday, and all about today and tomorrow is making decisions based on you, not about everybody else or the way that people perceive you either. So that's part of it also too, the outside eyes. You got to let that go. This is all about you and what you want to do. Just start first and foremost there, and let's untangle that kind of Two of Swords so we can make a decision based on us. And it gets a little scary because that crossing card is what's not allowing you to make that decision. And it's the Moon, the mama card. So a lot of you maybe are thinking about being a mom and time is running out, or I haven't met this person, or they're not the right person, or this whatever the scenario is, or maybe I'm beating myself up that I'm not a good mom. That could be a reflection of that. But the deeper set of it is the Moon is a major arcana, so it's a life lesson, and it's dark shadowland. It's where you feel like you're drowning. You can't get your footing. You can't get your hands on anything. You can't even see anything. And that's the whole point of the Moon. She wants to scare the living daylights out of you so you realize what's important to you and what's not. right? And that you could grow in confidence and self-esteem and self-love. So let's not undermine that, okay? Let's not deplete that energy, and let's definitely not talk negatively about ourselves, because that can be a reflection of the Two of Swords. And even the moon, she might just still be scaring you a little bit, or maybe you're kind of looking over your shoulder like, I'm going to get spooked again. But when she appears in for me in a reading, especially in a crossing, it doesn't matter. It's a past reflection. So she's giving you like a rebirth, which I think you've been feeling anyway over these last few weeks, but now you're just not believing it. So let's flip her on her side and use it in a positive energy, because the moon wants to kind of light the way, give you that light in the darkness, right? It's a past reflection, and it's a karma card to me as well, because you don't get to through the moon or to that end result of seeing the moon there unless you've really taken up the trials and tribulations in all those different areas, right? It's the scaredy pantsies, but you've done it, and it means that you can walk confidently forward. So don't trip yourself up here, okay? And also too, then in the third card placement, we've got God's message, right? And this is a real strong one as well. The King of Pentacles is the king of the material, money, relationship, home, career, ourselves, everything. But this guy is not exalted in any way, shape, or form. He is only concerned about money, or closing off our emotions, or having expectations. I'm not living up to different things or whatever. We just talk ourselves into such a frenzy when we get this guy on our shoulder. And then once we start to shut down our mindset in the negative, our heart follows, our words follow, our actions follow, our approach and our attitude follows. And with this guy, the pocketbook as well. So it's completely there to remind you not to be a cheapskate in any way, shape, or form, because the only one that's drinking that poison at this time is you, okay? And I just don't want it, because I think you're just beating yourself up over stuff that you're manufacturing in your own headset that's based on yesterday's narrative. And I'm just not going to have it, Libra, okay? And here, okay, this sets off the four here cards of this row. In, four in the fourth card placement. 4, so it would be 8, a rejuvenation, which we'll see in a second. So that's another validation. 4 is a firm foundation. And in the fourth card placement is the base of the matter. I like to say the gut of what you're feeling. So this is more shutdown. There's only 2 cards that really mean shutdown in the tarot to me. It's the King of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. And it's ironic, because the 4 is really in the exalted state. This has an exalted state, is that you've built up a firm foundation in that area of family, home, relationship, work, career, yourself, all that. And now you're just allowing this guy to talk in your ear, indecision to bleed at your heart and cause you pain from the past, and being a little scaredy catty. And it's now shutting you down here. See, he's got his arms crossed on those pentacles. I don't want to compete. I don't want to have this, whatever that is, right? It's just, he's got his arms crossed, his legs crossed, he's even got his eyes crossed in my kind of mindset. And it's like, we can't be fearful of tomorrow because you've built a firm foundation. We can't worry about competition. We've got to give ourselves completely out there. I always felt like that in New York in business. Like, if you're really good, you'll just stay in, because then you'll crack other good people, and you can only build stuff with building something with other people. You know what I mean? Anything big. But the Four of Pentacles to me in this reading just means that you're just shutting down even more. And you're trying to put like a boiling teapot of emotion and feeling, which is the domain of Libra, and you're just trying to stifle it, and it's never going to work. And that's why you're just so miserable right now, okay? We covered the fifth card placement, what's leaving your life right now, but it obviously is not leaving your life, because we got the Two of Swords here. Maybe you got the nightmare out of the way, but now, I've talked myself, I got the nightmare out of the way, but now I have to make a decision in practical money ways, or no heart. I have to shut down. I can't worry about competition or other people, blah, 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 blah. I just got to give that credence of my fear and insecurity, and that's just never going to work, okay? So let's move past all this, these two guys, okay? And here is a beautiful state in the present. So here's a good sigh of relief, a breath out, as they say in a meditative state, to release it. The 6 is the present state of what's going on in the placement here in the card. And the 7 of Pentacles is there, the contemplation, meditation of new moves in the area of that material world again, right? So you got a lot of that going on. And especially for Libra, it's probably dealing with relationship and home and feelings and all that kind of stuff, which is great, because I want you to move into a new area. And that's what this card suggests. All your pentacles are there. And see her? She's giving you a gift of the Pentacles, saying, where do you want to go next? What do you want to do? But the thing is, Libra, you're not getting the point. You've got to do it for you. for you're the way you want to live your life, be damned everybody else. That's at the end of the day is the gist of this, whether it's from family, home, career, you, whatever. You just got to do you. Dig me, don't dig me, but you're digging you, and you got to dig you because you're not digging yourself right now. That's all this. This is an eternal narrative that we're talking to ourselves, okay? It's not from outside forces, honeys. It's from yourself. Okay, so let's break that narrative. And here, and you want to fly. So we have the significator placement, the Two of Swords, the general gist of the reading. But in the seventh card placement, we have how we're feeling about ourselves. And the Ace of Wands is the upsurge of energy to create. So maybe you want to create new relationship in a different way, even in a current relationship, or bring a new dynamic to family stuff, or even change yourself in career or your body, whatever the case may be. That's where that creative energy gets applied. And what's nice in my deck, you already have some accomplishments. It's the Emperor is favorable in business and law and contracts, and also being fair and just and kind, a good leader, a good mentor, a good teacher. So anywhere you could apply that kind of energy to bring your own imagination and inspiration forth, that gets extra favor here. He has the world in one hand. It's a reflection of the cycle that's new starting, right? Everything's a circle, right? We're starting a new life cycle. And maybe that's why you're jamming it, because you don't like the way the new life cycle is unfolding in some ways. Either adapt or make it the way that you want it to be. Okay, that's been my advice throughout everything over these last couple of months. It all lays in your capable hands and your loving heart, Libra. So don't doubt it. And what's beautiful here is how other people look at you as a Razumir Tasley got it going on. The eighth card placement is how other people view us. It's the Three of Wands, a celebratory state in the area of the creative. And it's the beginning stages. 3, 6, 9 are those celebratory states in numerology and tarot. But you got something going on. See how this person, well, he's praying in front of it. It's based on mythology in my deck. But it's a gift from other people that says that you've got it going on. Your creative imagination can build a foundation to build upon. So don't doubt that anywhere in your own life. If you've got to fake it till you make it and groove into other people's vibe on how they look at you as someone really special and making accomplishments. So let's say that part of that a reflection. You've been wanting to show people that you've been moving forward in your life. You have some props about you. People are taking notice. And if you want to kick off new ideas and new ways, this would be a grand time to kind of do so, because it's favorable energy for you, because people look at you as extra special. So that's really nice. And I'm going to stick with it too, Libra, because in the ninth card placement is our hopes and fears in the Eight of Pentacles, the refresh, rejuvenation in the area of the material. So a lot of that stuff going on in the home, family, relationship, work, career, ourselves, all that. But this guy's really great because the eight is like, even could be rushy. Like maybe you feel like you need to make those changes right away, because that's the energy that's kind of enthusiasm, excitement gets ignited at the same time. So you're trying to hold back the reins on that when we need the change to happen. Okay, so allow it, again, however you want it. So don't be fearful of it. You're not going to be able to control it. Go with it. It's a loop around. You're going to only have to get the refresh and rejuvenation and restart, which you've wanted anyway. So design it the way you want. Don't be fearful. This guy's got props, especially when it comes to making our ideas materialize. We've got a lot of experience and know-how, so we can design something. It's kind of like a potter. I got the clay in front of us. I don't know what it's going to be, but I know in your capable hands and heart, it's going to be something special, Libra. So trust it. And I'm really saying it's about the heart too, and happily ever after with regards to the family and home, just a whole kit and caboodle, which is always so Libra as well. Because in the 10th card outcome is the 10 of Cups. Oh, 10, 10. So, which would be 11, which would totally be a symbol, one next to each other, which is new starts. And the 10 of Cups is really beautiful. It's a happily ever after in the area of the heart, right? It's all your cups are there, all the journey through the minor arcana, all the ups and downs that go along with learning about the heart, learning about ourselves, learning about other people, relationship, partnerships, friendships, just being in society, even in work. All is about the journey of the heart. But it says it was worth it. And most importantly, how it's worth it is that you respect yourself a lot. Okay. And that's kind of the only thing that you're going to allow into that new circle that's happening in your life. So trust it. So trust yourself. Break that indecision. Okay. And I'll also say, just because it's so close to the king and the two and the moon and everything, and this tightness. So don't, just go with the heart. Don't, you have to leave with the heart. As much as I always want balance, it's got to be more heart than intellect at this point, because I think that's what's messing you up. I think you're just talking to yourself in not a positive way, that you can't have these happily ever afters. You can't have these refreshes. And I'm just saying no. Well, like half of you know it can be possible. The other half says like no, and maybe it's still designing stuff from the past, but it's got to be something brand new. So allow it to happen. and trust yourself, because I'm going to, again, reaffirm this in the bonus card. The High Priestess, another major arcana card, the sister to the moon. So the sister, the moon takes you through the tough lessons so you can become the High Priestess. And this is a great kind of exalted state of Libra, because she's intuitive, she's magical, she's mystical, she's spiritual, she's reaching out for new information and new connection to God. She's trying to kind of find always the right way to do it in a fair and balanced way, as well with spirit. And I think that's your clue here. And also for those of you that might be in the spiritual arts and thinking about taking it a step further, like let's say you're a tarot reader and you want to go do it professionally, or just, whatever the case may be, start bringing it out there, or Reiki or crystals, this would be a great indicator. Don't be fearful. Don't let the two of swords rather play with you, okay? The moon tempered you and gave you all those trials and tribulations to grow you. And she's now the High Priestess, so she's not going to be stomped. Lead with the heart, lead with the spirit. That's all you need to know to untangle this mess, Libra, okay? Because it's self-imposed, and let's just untie it, because it doesn't suit you. It doesn't suit anything right now, okay? So let's get you to a place of love where you honestly, that's where you deserve and you should be. And that's where you rule. So you might as well get comfy in that kind of setting, because it really suits you, okay? So don't be a blocker to your own joy. All right. So thank you so much for visiting the channel. And if you're so inclined to think, if you like this content, if you would consider subscribing. Everyone's been so cool and loving and so supportive and encouraging and insightful. I just can't say thank you enough. Thank you. Thank you.